Hello. This video is coming a long way, and I do apologize about this because I actually recorded this video off of my laptop, I said a week ago, but I told you I'm not tech savvy, so I didn't know how to upload from my laptop to my YouTube channel. It was giving me problems, as well as once my husband closed my laptop, and when I asked him to move it for me while it was uploading, because I was trying to import or export, I don't know. I was trying to do something to download the video onto my laptop. Once he closed it, for some reason the video went away, and I had no way to figure out how to retrieve it. So I apologize, but I did a really nice 40-minute video. So that's just, I had to get my apology out of the way. Now, I have a disclaimer before I start with this video. I do curse, so I'm sorry. I am educated, but I do curse sometimes. So if you don't want to hear curse words, or you're looking for perfection, you're going to have to go to somebody else's page who pretends to be perfect, because I'm not. A curse will slip out every now and then. It's just how I talk. I want to be as real as possible on my channel, and this is how I actually speak in real life. So a curse word is going to slip out, or well, if you don't like that, then this is not the channel for you. Okay, another thing, I have animals, and they like to play and wrestle, so I might have to stop and fuss at them, and you'll hear me yelling. I'm not yelling at children. I'm not being, abusive or anything. I'm just trying to tell them to stop and calm down so mommy can finish her video. Now, I'm full of energy, y'all. Hi, how y'all doing? Hello. I just got off work. I worked the early shift today. So, I have the next 2 days off. So, I said the first thing I was going to do, as soon as I got off work and came from the auto shop for my car, I was going to sit down and I was going to make a video, even though it has to be on my phone, unfortunately, again. But I did meet a guy, because I had my car in the shop yesterday. So I met this guy who was my Lyft driver, and he gave me his business cards, and he said he's really knowledgeable with video imaging, and he does videos. He does a lot of things, music videos, stuff of that nature. So I said I can hire him, and he can either get me in a path on how to work my YouTube channel better, or like I'll pay him to help me. But whatever it is, I want to give y'all the best quality, because you deserve it. Okay, so please make a note that I am working on enhancing my YouTube videos and my channel. Okay. All right. So if you see me looking down, it's because I have it all written down, what I want to say to you guys, and I don't want to miss anything. So this is my part 2 on how I beat stage 4 terminal cancer. Now, I don't want you to think I'm being judgmental. I'm giving you a roundabout on how to beat stage 4 cancer. I had endometrial cancer, which falls under the ovarian cancer subject. So if you want something specifically for ovarian cancer or endometrial cancer, please let me know, and I will do another video catering only to them. But for now, I'm going to do a roundabout on if you have any type of cancer at any stage, how you can beat it like how I beat it. Okay, I'm trying to get the glare off my glasses. All right, so my name is Tony Speaks. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much. And if you don't have cancer, you can still share this, because almost everybody I know knows someone who either battled, who has it currently, who had it, or themselves might have it. So this is for everybody. I'm trying to help. I want my channel to be informative. I want it to be entertaining. And I also want it to be extremely helpful. Okay? And this is one of my helpful videos. So, the first thing I want to tell you as a do. I wrote down like a do's and don't list. Okay? I want to start with my do's. Okay. This is what I wanted to show you guys. And I'm being extremely raw. I'm being unfiltered. And I'm just being extremely honest with you right now. Okay? This. See this? This is 1 tote of medicine that I have to take daily. They're saving my life. I take every last one of those pills in there daily. See this one? It's my other ones. And they're all not to save my life. Some of them are preventative. Some of them are vitamins and stuff like that, but it's things that I take every day currently. to save my life. Excuse me, y'all. I do have a scar on my chest, so please don't go in on my scar, y'all. This scar actually is from a portacath that I had to get while I was battling cancer because all of my veins had collapsed, and they couldn't extract blood from me, or they couldn't insert the chemo inside of my body anymore through my veins. So they had to install a portacath in my body, and it went from my neck. It was like a wire from my neck all the way down right here into my chest, and that's how they were able to administer chemo and extract blood from me. So, and this is the scar from once they removed it. Once I went to remission, they removed it. This is the scar that I left behind. So, if you go to any of my Instagram page or my Facebook, sorry y'all, I'm sorry. And you see that when I didn't have this, all those pictures are before chemo. Okay, so, and yes, I have my sundress on or whatever. I'm one of those girls that they talk about, who they say converted a maxi dress into a house dress. Yeah, I lost a lot of weight, so it's really droopy and big on me now. So I just wear it comfortably around the house. Like I said, I just got off work. I put my dress on, sat on the sofa, and said, let me talk to my people. Okay? Okay, so the reason I wanted to show y'all that medication is because it's one in particular that's inside of here that I want you to all to buy. And this is if you do or don't have cancer. And this goes back to doing your research. Anything I tell you on this page, like I said in my part 1 video, first, I want you to, if you didn't see my part 1 video, stop this video and go check out the part 1. Okay? Okay, thank you. Now, like I said, you have to do your own research. Black seed oil. It also goes by black cumin, cumin. But you want to take this. I take these 2 a day. Okay? This really helps you. And if you do your research, you'll know why. Okay? It's a lot of videos on YouTube about it. But you can read on it. But black seed oil, like, and everything that I do is not doctor prescribed. Because, truth be told, when I did mention some of my, like, vitamins and stuff like that to my doctors, oh, no. You don't want to take that. You don't want to interrupt with your medication that you're already taking, right? I was like, okay, whatever. So I started taking them anyway because I have a stubborn streak inside of me. And if I feel like I'm helping to save my own life or taking care of my own body, I'm going to do it anyway. So now I go back to the doctor. Wow, your cholesterol is down. Your heart rate is wonderful. Your, what do they check? Not your heart rate. They check your oxygen level. Beautiful. I mean, wow, everything's doing great. So in their minds, oh, this medication is working. No, I'm telling them, I'm not letting them know, oh, it's a lot of other things that I do for me. And this is why I'm at, my body's at such a great level now. And I also feel like this is how I'm losing so much weight rapidly, besides the exercise and the water intake. I think it's also due to black things that I take on the side, as well as black seed oil. So please, black seed oil is a definite do. And please go do your research on it. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to add links at the bottom and a list of do's and don'ts, everything that I'm saying here, just in case I talk too fast. A lot of people say I talk too fast. I have a lisp. I used to have a strong accent, and I do kind of speak rapidly, but I try to slow down while I'm on this video because I really want you to get a gist of what I'm saying and what I'm talking about, because I really want to help you. Okay. Another good thing to do, apple seeds. Yes, apple seeds. Do your research. See, because you know how when we were little and stuff and we were eating apple, they always tell you to, they core out the apple and they spit the seeds out, don't eat the seeds or whatever. No, apple seeds are actually very good for you. They're very good for you. And what I do is, like, if you can't just stand the taste of them, like, you can just swallow them back, like you would actually take a pill. Swallow them whole. I put them in my smoothies. I dice them up on my salads, and it's like you don't even realize you're eating them. But I do intake apple seeds, and I get it from the actual apple. I don't go into no store and say, "Oh, do you have apple seeds?" and get a bag of quote unquote apple seeds. No. Why do that when you could just go grab an apple and just eat the seeds? And you know exactly what you're eating. Okay, so apple seeds is another thing. Another thing I want you to do, if you are battling cancer or you know someone, Because this is what I did to beat cancer. I had to relocate. I left Greensboro, North Carolina, and I relocated to Wilmington, Delaware. And the reason I did that is because I had a death sentence. Yes, Greensboro, North Carolina gave me 7 months to live, 9 months maximum. They told me to, it's nothing they can do. It was too aggressive. And for me to go ahead and admit myself into hospice. I didn't do that. I actually stopped my treatments. Even though they said, don't do that. Oh, you can't do that. You can't stop your treatments. Another doctor won't take you. I stopped my treatments. I relocated all the way to Wilmington, Delaware. Easy. Go get in your cage. Excuse me. I relocated all the way to Wilmington, Delaware. I got a new oncologist, a new radiologist, and I basically had to just start over from scratch, fighting for my life. And like I told you before, now I'm in remission. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, when I say relocate, I don't mean you have to like do like I did. I mean, what you could do is maybe go into like another county or maybe another city in the state that you live in, because maybe that oncologist has a better plan for you. See, when I was in North Carolina, they were giving me 8-hour increments of chemo, 8 hours at a time. And I was doing it once every 3 weeks. And after every round of chemo, I had a massive heart attack. And then I had a mild heart attack. I had a mini stroke after every round of chemo. So obviously, either my body was rejecting that chemo, or the chemo that was inserted inside of my body was breaking down my major organs, like my heart and my brain, which was causing me to have such negative reactions. So all I'm saying is, sometimes it's better to get another opinion, because all doctors didn't go to the same medical schools. All doctors follow the Hippocratic oath differently. Some of them straddle the fence. It's like, you just never know. When it comes to your body and your health and your life, you're worth it. You really are. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get this glare off my glasses, but I need my glasses right now. Okay, another thing. Your doctor's word is not law. Like I said in my part 1 video, doctor's word is not law. Now, let me tell you what doctors do. And then I spoke with the oncologist. We had a long discussion about this. Doctors are trained to give you the worst case scenario. So any other outcome would seem like a miracle. And this is how I know that to be true. I was told I had 7 months to live. I was told I had 9 months maximum to live. I was told when I had my heart attack, oh, we don't know why that happened. It wasn't from the chemo. I'm doing this, y'all, because I keep pulling my braids because my curls are going backwards. And it's like bothering me looking at that on the screen. I have very curly, thin hair, as you can see. And it's just growing back from the chemo and stuff. But, I mean, it's trying to come back. And I'm trying my hardest to get it to come back faster. So I just keep it in protective styles. And the bottom of my hair just does what it wants to do. So, yeah, that curl going in the opposite direction is irritating me. Okay, anyway. I get sidetracked too, y'all. I apologize for that. I'm talkative. This is who I am. Sorry. Yeah, but what they give you is the worst case scenario. So anything other than the outcome they gave you would seem like a miracle. Because let me tell you, once I went into remission with cancer, every time I go to my doctors, my radiologist, my cardiologist, my hematologist, my oncologist, any primary care, anybody I go see, oh, it's a miracle. You're such a miracle. You're walking miracle, miracle, miracle. I hear that all the time. So I do honestly believe they give you the worst case scenario. So, okay. Another thing I need you to do right now, and it's the hardest thing to do, is to have a positive attitude. I had to learn that the hard way. And let me tell y'all my story. If you have time, please listen to this entire video. Okay? I apologize for y'all seeing my bra. I'm definitely not being flirtatious. I'm not trying to be. I'm sorry. This is just who I am. Okay, but so I had to learn how to become positive because I was depressed when I got my diagnosis, and this to be expected. But let me tell you why I was depressed. I was depressed because I was married, right? And 2 days before our anniversary, my husband unexpectedly died. Now that's a whole nother story that I will tell you later. Okay? Because I'm not going to harp about that right now. I'm not going to talk about that right now. I'm talking about saving your life. Okay? So, my husband had passed away. Unexpectedly in his sleep. I got an autopsy done and they just said basically his heart just stopped. He was not on drugs. He was not on alcohol. He just died. A month later, I got diagnosed with stage 3 cancer. And I was such in a dark place. I was in mourning. I was depressed. I was devastated that I strongly believe that the stress involved in the depression and in the dark place and the negative mentality, I should say, kind of led to my cancer being so advanced and it spreading so quickly and me going to stage 4. So this is what I'm saying. Please try to have a positive attitude. I know it's easier said than done. I know that. Trust me, I know. But I really, really want you to try. Okay? And I'll harp on that more later when I get to the don'ts. But please try to have a positive attitude. Okay? Because just because you got diagnosed with cancer, it is not a death sentence. It is not. And I am living proof of that. So try to stay positive. Try to surround yourself with positive people. Try to enjoy things that you like to do, like days like when you're feeling down with your chemo. I understand you're in the bed, you can't walk, your legs are numb, your taste buds are gone, your palate is gone. I know everything. I know. All my nails turned black, my toenails and my hands turned black. I wasn't allowed to get my nails done. I wasn't allowed to go to the dentist. I wasn't allowed, all while you're going through chemo. It's a lot of do's and don'ts that you have a list that you can and cannot do. And by that happening, it does depress you. But on days that you feel good, and days that your friend or your family member feels up a little bit, do things, have fun, laugh, enjoy life, be positive. Don't always harp on the cancer. Cancer doesn't have to take over your life unless you allow it to. Like I did at one point. Okay? So that's all I can really think of on the do's. Now, if I think of anything else, I will be leaving that in the comment area. So, or if you even know about some things that you can do to beat cancer, or someone you know that might have beaten cancer, put it down there. Share. Feel free. We're here to save lives. We're here to help people. And just, I appreciate it. I do. Okay, now I want y'all to go get y'all a drink because this video might be a little long, and I'm sorry I should have did it at the beginning. Let me show y'all what I'm drinking on. Because on my video and on my channel, this is what we drink. Green tea. Green tea or water. That's all we drinking on my channel. And I sweeten my green tea with honey. I make it myself. I brew it myself, and I sweeten it with honey. That's all we drinking over here. So, go get you some green tea or some water. Because this video might be a little long. My mouth is getting dry. Excuse me. I see my pictures on the wall. I'm in an apartment, y'all. It's not the best apartment, but I'm blessed and happy with what I have. Because I have a whole story to tell y'all on when I didn't have. So I'm just so appreciative. So yeah, my walls might look bad. This is not the best neighborhood. It's not the best apartment. But I'm just so grateful that I'm still here to even be able to pay rent and be alive to have an apartment again. But that's another story for another time. But yes, your girl was homeless. Your girl lost everything. I don't want to cry on this video. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I do apologize. Don't want to do this. I know I'm not deleting it out of nothing, but I went through a lot. And it wasn't always good. I went through a lot with my battle. But I'm just so grateful that I'm still here. And I'm able to help other people. And this is what I'm here to do. And this is what I made my channel for. So, we'll talk about that another day. But I'm just grateful that I'm here. And I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to help. So, here's some more don'ts. Here are don'ts on what not to do. Okay? And this is what I want you to give up. And stop doing right now. Whether you have cancer or not. Stop doing this because it's highly carcinogenic. Carcinogenic means things that causes cancer. Or cancer-causing entities. So, I want you to stop doing this stuff right now. Because it's killing you. And they're not going to tell you. They're going to sit back and let us kill ourselves. Cancer brings in a lot of money for the government. Cancer brings in a lot of money for the medical industry. So they're not going to tell you things to do to prevent cancer. They're going to keep allowing you to do it. Okay? So I want to help you. The number one thing to stop doing, white sugar. Sugar, period. But white sugar. What you might want to do is brown sugar if you have to have sugar. But if not, I like to use organic honey to sweeten things for me. Okay? So please stop. It is highly carcinogenic. Because truth be told, sugar, sorry y'all, sugar feeds cancer cells. So if you're in chemo and you're battling cancer and you're having radiation and chemo to attack the cancer, but you're still consuming sugar, you're basically feeding the cancer to continue to grow. So it's a reverse effect on all the treatment that you're doing. So it's white sugar, stop. Okay? White pasta. That actually turns into sugar in your body. So if you have to do pasta like I do veggie pasta or multi-grain. But just don't do the natural pasta. You know, usually it's the cheapest box in the grocery store. Don't do that one, okay? And that's anything white. Like I do like starches like white potatoes, just anything white. Like I do like sweet potatoes opposed to white potatoes. And with the pasta, I told you how I do it, like with my noodles, like when I do my salads, like my tuna salad or my let's say Alfredo or something like that. Yeah, use your or spaghetti. Use multigrain or vegetable. And guess what? After you put your seasonings in it and do it how you like to do it, normally you won't even notice the difference. And if you do, it'll be a slight difference. And after a while, you'll learn to love it. Because I did. Okay? Salmon. Do not eat fresh salmon. If you see something that says freshwater salmon or farm-raised salmon or anything like that, you don't want that. Because what happens is they're being raised on like a fish farm or like a like a fish farm. And what a lot or most of the farmers do is they add a lot of different things like GMO'S and pesticides to make the fish grow more, because more fish accumulates more money for them. Okay? You don't want to be consuming that at all. So you want wild salmon. If you're going to eat salmon, make sure it's wild salmon. Another thing, any processed foods. When you're battling cancer, you have to stop all processed foods. You have to stop it. All processed foods, stop. Fast food, food with GMOs. And I know it's hard to do, but if you can, all natural, all organic. If you can. And I don't mean you have to go to Whole Foods Market. I'm not hating on Whole Foods. I used to work there. But you don't have to go there. It's a lot of markets now and grocery stores and stuff that has a section for all natural and all organic products and foods, and it's a lot cheaper. But Yeah, just try not to do any processed foods, any foods with GMOs, any foods like fast food. Just leave fast food alone. Period. Leave it alone. I understand it's not. It's easy to say and hard to do, but I want you to try as hard as you can, because that's what I had to do. And sodas. Now I used to be called the Pepsi Queen. That's how much I had to have Pepsi. Everybody told me they sipping tea. I was sipping Pepsi. Okay? I had to have a nice ice cold Pepsi. When I soaked in the tub, I needed a Pepsi, 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 Pepsi. So when I say stop sodas, I understand the struggle. I understand how hard it is. But you have to. There's nothing inside sodas that are good for you. Now, I know some people say, oh, if you make your own sodas, they might be better. But I don't know. I haven't done the research. If y'all want me to do the research, I will. And we can talk about sodas. But for now, I would just leave sodas completely alone. Okay? Because we want you to live and we want you to beat cancer. We do. And one of the most highly carcinogenic things you can consume is tomatoes in a can. I know you're like, what's she talking about? I mean, diced tomatoes. I mean, stewed tomatoes. Even tomato paste, tomato sauce. Anything that comes in an aluminum can and not a glass jar, you want to stop. Matter of fact, any food at all that you're eating in the can, you should not be doing. Throw them out. But I know, we don't have money to waste. And, it's times are hard. And I understand. But I want you to stop eating tomatoes in the can. And let me tell you why. They're the worst. They're the worst of anything to eat. Is tomatoes are very acidic. Okay? And when you put them in a condensed can for years or months at a time, the acid starts to eat into the aluminum. And the aluminum goes back into the tomatoes. And when you're pouring it out, all that is going into your food and you're consuming it. And it's the worst thing that can happen, and it's highly carcinogenic. That aluminum is carcinogenic. So if you can eat fresh or frozen, or even I would even say in a glass, before you do aluminum, do not do tomatoes in a can anymore. They are very, extremely, highly carcinogenic. Okay? I'm sorry, I keep moving my phone around. And last but not least, stress kills. Stress literally kills. And I cannot stress that enough. And let me tell you how I know from my personal story. When I was battling cancer in Greensboro, North Carolina, like I told you, my husband had just passed away. I was living in a household with family. And they were very negative. They were very hostile. They were very aggressive. They were very judgmental. And it stressed me out. I was constantly on the defense. Constantly arguing. It was horrible. Constantly feeling like I had no support. I had no love. I had nothing. And it stressed me out. And when I was living in North Carolina, my cancer was at its worst. Okay, so fast forward. When I moved to Wilmington, moved in with family again. I had to move in with a family member because I had lost everything. And I didn't have anything at the time. That's another story. If I start talking about it, I'm going to cry. But it was also a negative place. It was filthy. It was dirty. And it was negative with family members talking about me behind my back, lying on me, judging me, not being there for me. But it was not as bad as it was in North Carolina. And I guarantee you, I promise you, the moment I got out of that family member's house and into my own apartment, finally, I went into remission. The cancer stopped spreading. It stopped growing. It just went away. And let me tell you how I say it just went away, right? I got a phone call because I had to get a CT scan. Because when you're going through battling cancer, you have to constantly get scans and also they can see where the cancer's at, how's it going or whatever. I got a phone call that it had reached my lymph nodes. And my uncle had told me, because he helps and works with cancer patients in Texas. And he told me, once it gets to your lymph nodes is when you need to worry. Okay? So I got a phone call that the cancer had spread to my lymph nodes. I was so scared. But guess what? I didn't stress out. When I first got the news, I cried. And I stressed for that just that day. Then I got myself together, dust my shoulders off, and I kept living. I kept smiling. I kept loving. I kept talking to my friends on the phone. I kept laughing. I kept enjoying life, right? Honestly, I did. So when I went to get a biopsy done, I had a phone call from my oncologist like, we can't find any traces of cancer, and you are officially in remission. So when I say stress literally kills, it does. Because when I was stressed out, it was aggressive, it was growing, it was spreading. I lived in the hospital. Like, I was more in the hospital than not for a few years. 2014 and 2015. I literally lived in the hospital. Being home, I was a guest. So once I alleviated the stress and got my own place and was at peace and was happy and was around my friends that loved me and surrounded myself with love, and around my current husband, which I have to tell y'all our story because I met him during my battle of cancer when I moved to Delaware. But I'll tell y'all that's another story. But just know that once I was around peace and love and support unconditionally, non-judgmental, I beat cancer. And I honestly feel like I alleviated my stress. So stress plays a big role. You will not understand how cruel people can be when they think you're dying. I'm going to leave it at that. People who you think will be there for you, people you think who will have your back, people who you know if the situation was reversed, you will be there for them, those will be the ones that fail you. And it happened to me, and I can speak on it. Facts. I have a story to tell. I have a testimony to tell. And it's all true, and it's all facts, and it's horrific. And that's just my cancer story. Not my childhood, not my coming of years age, not the coming of age years, none of that. But my cancer story will, when I'm at work and I tell a customer my story, I've had almost every customer break down crying with me as I'm telling it, because that's just how horrific it was, and shocking and cruel. But guess what? I'm not talking to you as a victim. I don't want you to feel like a victim. You are not a victim. Your family who has it is not a victim. Your friend who has it is not a victim. If you